Sonic Speed!
Woohoo! Today's been a rough day between Sonic Forces, other E3 announcements, not even into the Nintendo spotlight yet, and especially Mario and Rabbids. This certainly is a big curveball in video games, and I have to say, this game might actually be a home run. The idea of Mario and Rabbids in a crossover may likely rub a lot of people the wrong way, but it's that kind of zany, bizarre chance that makes this game surprisingly good. My history with the Rabbids wears pretty thin. I got Rabbids Go Home on the Wii when I was 11 and ended up loving the hell out of that game. Rabbids Go Home was a really good 3D platformer. It really did go for that open exploration of things and collectibles, and it just had a bunch of zany, charming, hilarious comedy, writing, and atmosphere along with the gameplay, characters, and story. It's a really good Rabbids game. I got Raving Rabbids Travel in Time sometime afterwards, and I dropped that game after 10 minutes. It didn't interest me at all. But over the years, the Rabbids have gained a sort of minion stigma for being the most obnoxious, most annoying video game characters to exist. Maybe it had something to do with the other Rabbid games, like Rabbids Land or something, or maybe it has something to do with Rayman. I'm not too sure. I never hated the Rabbids. I loved Rabbids Go Home, but the thought of them being in a Mario game never crossed my mind, let alone giving Mario a gun. Sonic, Kirby, Zelda, and Pokemon have, but certainly not the Rabbids. Mario and the Rabbids in a strategy RPG game with guns? That just sounds crazy to say, especially if this were mentioned years ago. Initially, this seemed too unrealistic and bizarre for me to believe, and everyone else dismissed it even harsher than I did. It was regarded as the worst idea ever, something we never asked for, even though that's technically true, a waste of time, stupid, unfitting, and a bunch of other insults and morbid opinions. I was somewhat hesitant at first, but I was genuinely curious about what the game itself had to behold. Now that we've seen the gameplay segments thanks to Ubisoft's E3 conference, we got just that. And the first thing that stood out to me was this game's art style. Man, does this game look absolutely gorgeous with its unique art style. The Switch's graphical capabilities as well, and it just fits so well with both Mario's universe as well as the Rabbids. The gameplay it's going for is more strategy-based and not as RPG-based as everyone thought it would. I'm getting a Fire Emblem vibe from what I see, and I think seeing Mario in an RPG strategy game different from both the Paper Mario series and the Mario & Luigi series could bode very well for Mario's RPG future. Going on to different grids and hopefully dealing the blow on certain enemies you come across, as well as earning upgrades and power-ups to your weapons. I'm relieved to see Mario and friends with arm cannons and lasers rather than real guns like it sounded. And I think the gameplay overall, from what I've seen, could be very solid and good to enjoy. The big thing I think will attract players is the charm and passion put into the characters and interactions. Seeing Rabbid Peach check out Princess Peach and judging her looks compared to his, ending in a plain groan of, not impressed. That was hilarious. Peach surrounded by evil rabbits and realizing, wait, I have a gun! I can fight these guys myself! And her actually defending herself was funny as well as badass. Funny enough, the game does regard Peach as, and I quote, a badass princess. Ironic and charming how they're going for the angle that's usually the exact opposite of Peach's character. Even Mario was shocked and in disbelief of Rabbids falling into his world dressed as his brother and the princess. That was hilarious too. I'm getting that same vibe I got from Rabbids Go Home, and you could tell the developers at Ubisoft took a lot of time and effort into making this game. 3 years of development for something this polished and cute? Props to Ubi. I just only imagine what the reaction would have been if this wasn't leaked in advance. My biggest curiosity is whether or not this game will have much of a story to it. Is there some big reason as to why the Rabbids are here? Is there going to be a Rabbid Bowser? There's some things I'd like to know. But honestly, the thing that excites me the most is the potential interactions and engagement between the Mario crew and the Rabbids, because what we've seen so far is so funny, endearing, and adorable to watch, not just with the Rabbids, but seeing the Mario characters emote so much more emotion than they usually do, especially with Peach. Even the worlds themselves have bizarre character to them, with the giant toilet, the rabbit statue, rabbit pipes, and so many weird constructions and fusions. I feel this game may be interesting to explore. If this game can blend this charming character of the overall game and the gameplay well enough, I think we have a super solid crossover game on our hands, and considering it's Mario and Rabbids, that's really saying something. Bigger props to Ubisoft again for seeming to convince the large handful of people who were quick to crap on the idea to actually enjoy the idea and the gameplay we got. The game actually looks pretty good and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I have more hopes for this game, and I'm a lot more excited for this game than I originally thought I was going to be. That'll be it for tonight, and I'll see you guys for tomorrow, or really this afternoon, technically, when Nintendo begins their spotlight, with the lackluster conferences of Sony and the all-around alright presentations with them, Microsoft, and other companies. Let's see if Nintendo can take advantage of this and knock it out of the park with their new titles and surprises, especially Super Mario Odyssey. Stay super.